Start every video with a smile. All right. First, I got to put in cough drop. I've been slowly losing my voice. Not really, but it's raspy. Man. All right. I'm making this video for a very personal reason. Because if you gotta, when you're in life, you gotta move on. You gotta move forward. And you gotta let things go. I'm wearing my African garb from Ghana. I just wanted to put this on to make this video. This is what I'll be getting married in tomorrow. This with some other stuff under it. Man, put on some glasses. Look at that. Man, Mr. Kofi at Step City Barbershop. Man, this is my new style. This is my new style. This is my new look. So, all right, on the other side, there's a mirror. I'm looking at the man in the mirror. And as Michael Jackson once said, a man in the mirror got to change his ways. You know, I'm looking at the man in the mirror. Now, you know I can't play this on YouTube because they will copyright it. All right, so let me get down to the gist. We all live and we learn in life. We go through things. We have our ups and downs. We're good and bad. I started this YouTube channel in 2014 with a purpose. One of the purpose was Dr. Sebi's formula and things I had been on since the early 2000s. I had very good success, slimmed down, got good, felt good about myself, still lived in Atlanta, got arrogant and cocky, and went out there and became worldly again, just did stupid stuff. Slowly but surely, weight came back, confidence eroded, never accomplished what the goal was to accomplish because I had no direction. There was no direction. We're going to skip all that. We're going to come to 2013, moving back to Dallas, Texas, the DFW, Dallas-Fort Worth area. I had a different goal, a different focus. Change was the biggest thing. I needed to change careers. I needed to get my health in order. I need to do a lot of stuff, but change. I had a focus. All right. I made this video channel at the end of 2014. 2016, went through my health issues. Dr. Sebi's formula, once again, slimmed me down, got me feeling good, feeling positive. Very negative thing happened, which I thought it was. I have a new saying. What happens for good. It's an Indian proverb. What happens for good. I wish I could post it, but it's on YouTube. I found it right before another big moment in my life. And I just say it now. What happens for good. Because I could talk, man, I've got stories for days. I could sit up here and tell you story after story after story after story. Life is full of interesting stories. So, but what happens for good. That's the mindset that makes you indestructible to the world. Remember, people, who you know is immortal other than me. You know, I'm just playing like I'm human, but who do you know who's immortal? We all gonna cross over. The angel of death has a job to do, and there's a reason for that. But you still have to live life. You still have to grow. You have to move forward. So the reason why I'm making this video is to clear some things, to set the record straight about my life. So 2014, I really focused on a change, and that was starting this channel and starting to move forward. 2016, health crisis, health and getting health back in order. Lose a job that I thought at the time was the best opportunity I ever had. Within that time of the best opportunity, losing that job, I didn't lose my mind. Something told me something else is going to happen. Almost within the same 2 weeks, I made a decision that I had to change. And in that change, I found plumbing. I got my apprentice card. I got blessed at the organization I've been working with. I got hired in 2016. I told them, hey, I don't want to just leave this job and skip it and then come in. I mean, I could have. They were ready to go. But I started right after the 1st of January, 2017. So in a license sense, I could have started in 16. But look, I did the right thing because that's one of our clients that I work for. I came from one of their clients, you know. And I have spent 5+ years learning the trade, changed my mentality, my personality. Now, health-wise, unfortunately, hey, if you stressed and you can't stay focused on what to eat or cook every day, and your health is going to go back and forth. That's reality. I had a personal trainer. I got a personal trainer, Mr. Osman Carroll. He's been doing the best he can for the short period of time he could do with me. It's on me the rest of the time. It's on me to get out there and do it. And that's the motivation of doing it. But we're going to get this change. So in 2018, I met somebody, and I will admit to my faults. Met a beautiful young woman, and y'all may have seen the videos and the stuff that I posted back then. I was trying to be open with my life. She didn't like that. She didn't like social media, and I understand why now. She didn't like social media. She wanted to control certain situations. I'm not going to down her at all. That was a very, very good time in my life. The good outweighed the bad tremendously. Even at the worst of time, even at the end, the good things outweighed the bad. But I have to admit to my faults. I overpromised and underperformed. I overpromised and underperformed. I promised her the world, couldn't give her the world in no timely manner. I expected to go from one job to the next and, do this and move mountains. And when the stress hit me, it hit me hard. I was sick and having issues, and I was trying to keep it kind of quiet, but it was the same issues back in 2016 where I was having issues in my stomach. And go to the doctor. The doctor's like, they can't figure it out. My primary doctor was like, hey, high blood pressure, hypertension, diabetes, obesity, overweight, those things. But I was thinking it was cancer. I mean, as a man, you're thinking all kinds of stuff. So test after test, but it's stress. It's not being mentally happy. It's not being spiritually fulfilled. It's not feeling the soul purpose. So after I got my journeyman license for the state of Texas, unfortunately, me and that individual split up. I could not give her what she was asking for. I couldn't. At the time, I had over-promised and was underperforming. And I couldn't give her. She wanted kids immediately. She wanted a house. She wanted that life. I didn't have those abilities at that time. Like I told you, it's got to set the record straight. Got to put it out there. So health is failing. I'm not mentally doing. After me and her broke up, I went into a depression. And people who suffer from depression or mental illness, man, look, I'm real with it. I understand it. At some point in life, I used to think, oh, you just need to be strong. No, you got to go through it to understand it. And how that relationship ended, and then just from talking to a person, going to sleep with them on the phone every day, and just nothing. Just, it's gone. It's over. And if you care about that individual, it has an effect. What they did in their heart, but it's in your mind. It has an effect on you. And I had to overcome that effect. And it's years of building, years of training. It's not an easy process because I still had to work. I had to go every day, put a smiling face at work every single day. Hell, at one point in time, I was getting reviews like crazy. Customers were loving me. I had the energy because I had that focus. I was like, I wanted to do for this person that I felt I loved and I cared about. And I really had those feelings, and it's like I could do anything as long as I had this goal, this person, this purpose. And like I said, I over-promised and underperformed, because what is meant to happen, or what happens for good. That relationship wasn't meant to be. I even went in the relationship not being openly honest about a lot of things, trying to hold back, because in the dating world in America is very difficult. Very difficult. And I didn't understand why. I was trying to figure stuff out. Now, this is still in the pandemic, 2021, January, February 2021. Relationships over, going into a major depression. Gotta go to work, gotta still, produce to live, but don't have a direction. Like, man, what am I doing? I got my license now, but I know I'm going for my bigger license. I want to do more things. What do I do? What do I do? And something very important happened. Something very special happened. And I was able to share this with me and my friends. It is said, when you are ready for the master will appear. When you are ready to listen, not just you yourself listen to yourself, but when you're ready for a master, like how I met Dr. Sebi, like how I met the master teacher, like how I met, I didn't meet him in real life. Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Harriet Tubman, Fred Rogers, John Brown. And you learn about these great people in history. When your mind's open, you start to realize certain things. Well, the person I'm talking about is Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels, recently deceased, May 5th, shocked the world, Kevin Samuels. But me and my friend, shortly after I broke up with my previous ex, I got introduced to Kevin Samuels. Now, this is the crazy part. I stay in the DFW. The vast majority of my friends stay in Atlanta, and they didn't even know who he was. I started sharing videos with him, posting stuff. They didn't even know who he was. And we just sit there and listen. I know there's a lot of hype and negativity, but the problem is, if you have a effed up heart, you can watch Mahatma Gandhi and see him as a Satan worshiper. You can watch the works of Mother Teresa and say she's a Luciferian. You can look at Martin Luther King and say he works for the Ku Klux Klan. If you got messed up in your heart and your mind, you can see a lot of negativity. But if you go in there and you're looking for the positive and what is the person really saying, that dude never hated women. He was always trying to get good men and good women together. That's the key. Because like he said, I'm not here for the vast majority. I'm here for 10%. If you get 10% moving, the rest going to make itself happen. So, was it his time? Or is all these conspiracy theories, whatever. None of y'all are God. Y'all don't know anything. Your children's a God, but you're not the divine. You're not the Most High. You're living here just like I am. We all stuck on this beautiful planet, whatever this thing is, and we're going through it until can't take another breath. Guess what? And that's what it is. But we listened to Kevin Samuels for over a year. But immediately when I started listening to him in like March, I started to get it. It started to come to. I would go to sleep at night, listen to his long lectures. He would do lives on, Wednesday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then be on Instagram Tuesday and Thursday night. No, it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday on YouTube, and Tuesday and Thursday on Instagram. And that's if he didn't take a break, because he still had other stuff he was doing. And then you miss him on weekend. Sometimes he'll pop up and he'll pop up on the weekends. But me and my friends, the men who understood what's going on here, what's going on, and especially in America, we understood at that point. The veils that were over our eyes started being lifted. We didn't see that the women were the enemy. They were looking at us as the enemy of what they wanted. Like you said, over promise, under perform. We were over promising because we were trying to give them the world, but we were set up to underperform. And the whole time they were looking at a top 10, 15% of guys. And if you look at the statistics and watch just the reality, with Brother Future and Brother Cannon and Kodak Black, shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson, just put a video out on that, just watched it. They're sharing the same dudes because those dudes can overperform, over promise, under promise, and over, give because they had resources. So I realized as a plumber, I was actually developing where I could become a high earner, Henry, where I could start generating more money, taking care of myself better, being more focused. I just had to live within my means. So it gets to the journey, and this is 17-some minutes into this. It made me realize something I've known for a long time, who I call my Uncle Frank. Uncle Frank, known him for about 20 plus years. Uncle Frank did something almost 12 years ago now. He came to the great continent of Africa. This is my African garbs. My wife keeps calling it a dress. Sweetie, this is African garbs. We don't call this a dress in America. All right, so he came over here and met up with the chief, met up with the people he needed, and he found his wife. I think it's his third wife. They've been together almost 12 years now. Two handsome boys. I ain't gonna say their names, but they got some very divine names. They were named correctly. Very strong, focused wife. Comes from a very good, focused family. The DNA is strong. After my major breakup and my depression, instead of just going into that dive and just going back into the world and doing ungodly nonsense, which I had changed a lot. I had already changed since 2014. I wouldn't date a lot of women. I was being more and more picky about it. So instead of falling back into that sinkhole of foolishness, I made a choice. I called him up one day and I say, Brother Frank, I need to talk to you. I need to do what you did. I need to reach out to the motherland, to Africa. I need to find someone who is not corrupted. Because America corrupts. It doesn't corrupt everybody, but it corrupts the weak. And I can admit to my own faults. I need to find a better option. I feel like I'm Henry now. I'm becoming a high earner. And I don't want to live the rest of my life by myself or out here playing this crazy game, searching, going through. No. I need a wife. That is what's led me to this video. That's what's led me here now. Over these past 5-6 years, I stopped doing the YouTube. My ex didn't like the YouTube, and I wanted to get back on it, but I didn't have the energy. I didn't have the focus. I just didn't have it anymore. And I wanted to because it's an opportunity to reach out, to communicate, to talk to others. But that thirst, that hunger is back. And it's back for a reason. It's there. It's there. And it's, I have a purpose. Because just like Kevin Samuels, was it his time? Did he do mission accomplished? Did he reach the 10% and that's all he needed to reach and he moved on? He moved on to hope, we say higher and better. He moved on. But if he is what I am, he seeks, he goes, he does, he follows the wheel. And next objective probably won't be the best, but he'll accomplish the mission. Because wherever we go, we accomplish the mission. We accomplish the goal. So, that being said, I'm in Aquagana right now. Smiling, got to control your emotions, the happiness, but I am happy about this cut. My man, Mr. Kofi, over there at Step City, man, I went in there. Man, first, I don't like being in barbershops. My current barber in the DFW, they take about less than 10 minutes on my hair. Just a simple haircut to keep me going. Expensive. Which I call expensive. You spend $30 on a haircut, that's a lot. When it used to 10 back in the day, but inflation, things have gone up. People got to survive. But Mr. Kofi here, man, did a wonderful job. I came here looking like an old man, met my wife, and she's like, we've been talking almost a year now. Well, it was right at a year. And that's our situation, how we met and stuff. It was through my Uncle Frank and his wife. I'm, got into the family, and she set me up with who I'm with now. And it slowly blossomed because I can't say that it was instant love. It wasn't set up like that. It needed to grow. We needed to communicate. We needed to talk. We needed to get to know each other. We needed to do everything except be physical. That's the lesson that I needed to learn. So that being said, in about October of 2021, I made a call. I said, something, I've been talking to this young lady for a minute now, and I ain't doing anything else. And she's meeting up all the categories I need. She's fit, feminine, friendly. Kevin Samuels, shout out to Kevin Samuels. She's humble. Man, hard worker. Girl has got some braveness in her. Like that video I put out of her walking in the street was like, oh my God. Even me, I'm like, man, she just, this is what she do. She has a strength and an inner focus that is a gift to her. I'm honored to know her. I'm honored to be with her. Miss Sarah, I'm honored. It's been an honor. It is an honor. And this was the call I made in October, everything I had to pay, and it's a small fortune. I want you to understand there's some other videos that I'm going to put out. I'm going to be careful not to put too much information to protect the innocents. But how to get over here, you need to know people. And I'm being honest, you really do. You come over here not knowing people, anything can happen. You need to know people. You need to get connected with good people. Now, the good thing is I've known people from the continent, like Brother Daniel, his sister Saba. I've known, my sister, I call my sister-in-law Rose, and she's from Kenya. Daniel and his sister Saba, they're from Ethiopia. So I've known people from the continent, but to get to know him, Brother Frank, Uncle Frank, his wife, she made this way easier. And her brother Ennis, You know, my wife's mother, Gloria, uh, from grandmom, who I just call grandmom now. Just she's the what is it, matriarch of the family. Uh, it's so much easier when you're dealing with good people, honest people, straightforward people. That's the blessing. It's the blessing. So it made the process way easier. Took a lot of stress after I got here because everything prior to this I'm doing by myself. Oh my God, they put you through ringers. Go get some tests done. Go fill out this paperwork. See, I ain't into all that, filling out this and then they send it back and then, look, because that visa first, getting a passport, let me tell you people, if you ain't got a passport, that's on you. You believe that nonsense talking about, oh, what I need an American passport. Look, you need that passport. Stop with the dumb stuff, get your passport, because that's one of the best investments you could do for 10 years. Now, getting them visas to get to certain countries, that's a whole different reality. And I thank Miss Kathy at the Universal Passport place I went. I put that money down. When I get back, I'm giving her a hell of a review because she got the visa and she made it happen. Now, did I think it should have happened quicker? Look, you learn a lot of lessons dealing with different countries across the world, but she dealt with the stress of it. I just paid. It's worth it. People always say, especially living in America, our economics keep the world going. Pay it. Work hard, pay it. Get the stress off of you. Pay it to the professionals. Let them deal with it. When you're dealing with the right professional, because so much I want to talk about. I need to keep this under 30 minutes, so I'm about to close this out. So these things were done. The avenues were open, even getting into this hotel. A lot of things were taken care of, getting to the haircut, to the robes. A lot of things were taken care of. A lot of things were focused. Money's involved. You are paying. You're working hard. You're paying. You need. I'm going to be honest, people, to really travel this day and age, unless you really got some people in other places who are going to sponsor you, you need to be bringing home over about 50 grand a year, minimum. Because it ain't no joke. It's expensive out here. It costs stuff. Even when you go to quote unquote a third world country, look at the exchange rate of your money. If your exchange rate, if your dollar, like over here, our dollar 7 times, you get 7 times value out of it. But if you go to a country where you get 100 times value out of it, you best be sure that you better know somebody who's got your back over there. Because if you bring $1 and it's turned into 100 of theirs, you, sir, you, ma'am, are a target in life. You're a target because it's the same everywhere. In London, England, Chinese, Japan, Korea, America, Brazil, everybody who is chasing that dollar is chasing that money. Either it's their money or to make more money. There's very few people living like the Buddhist monks. And I'm hoping they living like the Buddhist monks and not just some facade. So as I close this video out, this is a journey in life I decided to make. I wanted to get married. I wanted to have my life and have a significant other who I can get along with and do and grow with and build together. And I promised the world, it takes time, but you got to have somebody who's willing to work with you and take that time to grow with you. And I'm not faulting anybody in my past because I got my own issues. They got theirs. But come tomorrow, I'm moving forward in my life. I'm moving forward. If the Most High willing, I'm getting married, same outfit, a little bit more clothes under here. And we're going to do it. And then me and her will start the process of getting over there. And a lot of things I got to accomplish in that time to settle a lot of issues. But this is me. This is my journey. And I am Frederick 24/7, 365. And I'm back. And I'm back to do my part. Took a little absence, about 5 years of the smile, of the personality. But I'm back. I'm thankful to the Most High. And I wish everyone peace, health, and wealth. And I leave you with a smile as I am out of here.